Whoa! Your turn.
Oh, wow. There you go.
So fucking metal, let's go! Welcome, dear listeners, to another episode of Vstories. I'm your host, The Good Convo, and today we're delving deep into the world of VTuber lore. In this podcast, we travel across the multiverse to bring you the lore, the stories, and the unfiltered personalities of your favorite VTubers. Today, we are joined by the psychopathic circus doll, Lainey. Welcome, Lainey.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm good.
That's good to hear. Good to hear. As I always ask with my the people that I work with, how was it getting here from your dimension? You know, this is a pocket dimension, so it's a little difficult to get here. You're not exactly used to being this size, shall we say?
I closed my eyes and I was here. I don't know what happened.
Were you made aware that you were going to be coming here?
I was kidnapped.
Ah. Well, we were supposed to send you a letter saying we're going to do this because we've already met each other when I was looking for potential candidates to host here. I managed to find myself in a very small, like, toy circus world. Very scary, but I had been shrunken down, and you were there, and there was also a clown there, and Digital Circus was there, I think, too. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, tell me a little about yourself, Lainey. What is it like being a doll in a doll world? Now, I can assume, right, that it's not as glamorous as, say, being a Barbie.
No, it is not. I am one of a few dolls in the circus. Not everyone's a doll, but I wasn't originally, so it's not exactly a dream come true to be a doll.
Oh? So you're saying that you used to be something other than a doll?
I was human once.
Tell me more about that. How does that happen?
You see, you get kidnapped by a circus, killed, and your soul's forced into a doll.
That's kind of fucking metal, ain't gonna lie. Like,
That's my life.
okay. Well, my condolences, but also now you've got immortality, which is great.
Yeah.
Nice.
The fact that I gotta work a 9 to 5 for the rest of my life.
I mean, isn't that the dream, though? Isn't that what we're all working towards?
I guess. A 9 to 5 you were kidnapped into. Yeah.
I think that's just called slavery.
Yes.
9 to 5 you get kidnapped in. Pretty sure that's just called slavery.
Yeah.
Which I can appreciate the effectiveness of that, you know. So tell me a little bit more about your identity, like who you think you are.
I'm just a clown doll in all honesty. That's it.
Who were you beforehand?
The daughter of a toy maker.
Oh, this is getting dark. Okay. Was it the toy maker? No. I will clarify that most likely no one in your dimension will be watching or listening to this podcast, so you can feel free to speak the truths. As
no.
Okay,
it was not.
He was not the father. Okay, so that's good. But the father did the father make this doll?
No, Living Me did. It is a family business that runs a toy shop.
Interesting. So where does the circus come into all of this?
There's a traveling circus that comes into towns, and all of its actors are all just kidnapped souls.
Whoa. That is metal. So they put you in a doll. I take it that was a bit scary, right?
Yeah. I don't think kidnapping is very fun. I don't think kidnapping and dying is very fun.
Now you say that, but when you have immortality, you know, getting kidnapped and dying can sometimes feel like, oh, this is new. This is kind of exciting. It's all about perspective.
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
So that's a pretty extensive backstory there. And I my condolences. You're actually the third person that we've had on here, and you, in my opinion, you seem to have one of the more interesting stories, in my opinion, because I love the macabre, the horror, and the super scary, like, oh, dark, put into a doll thing, kind of like the Lies of P. Have you heard of that?
Yes. I'm yet to play it, but I've heard of it, yes.
Yeah. So many PP jokes. But yeah, so going on to like your origin story, is that everything that can be told from your end? Is that everything that you know personally about like what's going on?
That's everything that can be told as of now.
What do you mean?
I plan to turn my lore into an ARG.
Hey, what?
Alternate reality game.
I am actually, hold on. Celeste, Google that up for me. Celeste is my assistant, the one that pulled you in here from the other dimension. They're supposed to be like telling you what's going on. They don't often. So let's see. An alternate reality game, ARG, is an interactive story that uses the real world as a platform. ARGs often involve multiple media and game elements. The story can be altered by players, ideas, or actions. ARGs are often used as marketing tools to build up hype for up-and-coming games. They are made of cryptic messages and puzzles, clues for players to investigate and solve together, multiple media and game elements, some elements in the physical world. Would an example of that be Alex Hirsch and the Gravity Falls series, like with all of the like little games inside of them?
Yes, it is. An easy description is more of a you give the clues and the fandom finds out.
Oh.
They have to figure the puzzles and solve everything.
Gotcha. I'm currently talking to some other VTubers that are trying to set something like that up. I didn't know it was called an ARG, but that's really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm kind of doing that with this, as I want to slowly reveal what happened to me and how I got these crazy people working for me, and why I'm in another dimension, and why I've been cursed with immortality. But it's the kind of thing that I think it'll just sort of naturally progress.
You see, the app that was popular when I first got like a phone and everything is now a very cursed app that nobody likes, which is Amino.
Amino? Wait. Celeste, look that up. Amino. Like amino acid structure?
It's AIMO, I think.
Amino apps?
Yes.
All I'm seeing is like the disturbing truth about Amino and the controversy of Amino. Like, let's see, it is a social media application originally developed by Narvi Incorporated. The founders are no longer associated with the application. Yeah, it just looks like a social media platform. I've never heard of it.
Amino is where there's a bunch of different fandoms that can all make their own specific socials through, but then it keeps everything on one app. So I was in like the Undertale, Jacksepticeye, a bunch of different things, but with one app. And the thing is with that app, it was originally pretty wholesome. It was just people sharing their love for like the things and stuff. And then as it grew, since it was an app made for kids mostly, we know the kinds of people who would get on that when they find out there's a lot of kids there.
Oh boy.
And that's currently the main reason why it had such a huge downfall.
Yikes. Well, I mean, hindsight is 2020, right? Or 2023. So, we're gonna, if you haven't noticed, with this podcast, I love to jump ship, just following a train of thought and then boing onto another thought, onto another thought.
That's fine.
Play
I do that all the time.
Yeah, playing with that ADHD. I've gotten comments being like, "Man, your structure is just all over the place. You should really structure your podcast more." No, that's not how I work. You come on here, we gonna talk about whatever. We're gonna talk about weird stuff. We're gonna talk about normal stuff. We're gonna talk about obscure, random stuff. It is very unstructured, and that is the point. This should feel less like a professional interview. This is not like the Anthony Padilla show where it's very structured and very cut up.
Yeah.
This is like, I only rarely cut pieces of the conversation out. Like, you'll say if like it doesn't flow well, but like being on here, it is much more of like a conversation that we just have recorded.
I think that's a lot more fun and less anxiety inducing with that kind of stuff.
I agree, and it's been more fun to record, and people seem to like the first episode that we released, so we'll see. But it's certainly not for everyone. Some people really need the structure, or else they can't pay attention, because it's like 40-minute long episode. But
Yeah.
it's certainly the kind of thing that's better in the same way that people watch Twitch clips. This is similar to you put it on in the background and you just hear some idiot being like, I was going to the store today and I went to the shoe store, but I forgot it was the soup store. So then I was looking for clothes at the soup store, and then Sans Undertale called me and was like, "Where are you?" And I was like, I'm at soup. Why are you at the soup store? Fuck you.
I loved when that took over the internet. The amount of animics that were just... I miss the animic time. That was such a nice time. Now everybody knows how to animate, and I feel left out.
Yeah. I love Blender. I used to hate it, but I really love the way, excuse me, I'm yawning.
You're fine.
I really love the way Blender works for animation.
Mm-hmm.
It's also free, and there are so many plugins for it, but I hate the amount of time it takes. Like, designing this background in Blender took hours and hours and hours, and at some point I'm just like, I could have just drawn this, or I could have commissioned someone, but I actually haven't spent any money on any of this.
See, my favorite things are DeviantArt, because you can get a bunch of free downloads, and Booth, because you can change it so it's free.
Yeah. Like, I do get, like, assets, but I'm a Vroid kind of guy. I like VRM stuff, so...
Well, yeah, most of my model is recolors from Booth, just free stuff on Booth.
Nice. Yeah, when doing those art commissions I did for you, I worked with your model, we'll say extensively. which I'll admit felt a little weird, but I mean, hey, you said I could do what I wanted.
As long as it wouldn't, absolutely cancel me.
I'm just gonna put you, oh my god. I'm gonna Photoshop you in with Israel.
That'd be more funny than anything. To me, that's funny. To other people, it's not.
Yeah, I feel like...
I have a very dark sense of humor, so to me, that's hilarious.
I'm glad you think that's hilarious, but I don't know. I would if I did make it, I would only send it to you.
Yeah.
I just post it and be like, yeah, people will find this funny and insightful.
Uh,
Ugh, rip. Like we're jumping topics again. What upcoming stuff do you have planned? Like, are you building up to something? Are you planning something big? Like, is there anything that fans should be looking forward to?
as of now, the only big things coming is I'm getting my model remade.
Whoa.
I'm getting it made by my friend who professionally makes VR chat models in Blender.
Whoa.
And he's using it as more of an experiment to learn texturing, like a lot more texturing, because my model has so much texturing with its skin and all the doll joints.
Yeah.
So he's using it as kind of an experiment. So I'm just getting this for free. It's great.
Whoa.
And that's coming. I do not know when just yet because we're still planning out everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I keep giving him, like, sketches and stuff for outfits and everything. So we're planning all that out. And that's about it for really up-and-coming stuff.
Nice, nice. I'm super excited to see that. I'm very curious as to the... Will you keep it V-Roid-ish? Or will it be, like, is it going to be a different style?
I can privately send you the current base we're looking at some point.
Got you. Well, don't send it to me now. Send it to me later, because then
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be. Well, actually, no. Yeah.
So I have the photo just immediately.
Yeah. Send it to me right now, and I'll be like, "Ooh, guys, it's really cool."
This is the current base. Or when that says that's the current base we're looking at.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. Guys, for those of you that can't see this, which should be all of you, oh my god, it's spicy. It is anatomically correct is what we're gonna go with. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice, pretty good looking. Moving on. Whew. We talk about like future goals, but what types of goals do you have in terms of building up a fan base? Like, do you have? I heard that you recently reached affiliate, which congratulations, by.
Yeah, I cried. You know.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Mostly because I had been trying for 2 years to even reach it, so
yeah.
I cried like a baby.
Congratulations. What is the next like stepping stone for you in terms of like fan base?
My biggest thing, and I made someone like someone was very like, wow, that's a very wholesome goal.
Mm-hmm.
I do not care about popularity too much.
Okay.
Yes, it's nice, but my whole goal is to become the person who makes people smile. Like,
Sorry, go on.
My whole thing is, since I was a kid, like, I think I was like 10, 12, like when I started watching YouTube and stuff. And I owe my life to some YouTubers. Because, you know, it's not like parasocial behavior. It's just wow, you made me happy when I was in a really dark place. And, you know, got me to smile. And I want to be the person who people can go to watch and enjoy, to brighten their day and make them smile.
That's beautiful, actually.
That looks like the true goal for me, but it also seems that I'm already slightly achieving it, and that does make me very happy that I can bring that joy to people.
That's awesome. When did you realize that was like the goal? Right when you started, or?
That's my goal since I was a kid. Like I've had YouTube channels, like different channels since I was a kid.
Okay.
Wait,
since you were a kid?
Yeah, all of them are deleted now. You don't get to see child me being dumb.
Damn.
It was mostly me just filming like wild animals and shit. Like, because at that time it was like the fake Aussie accent type, that whole meme
Oh my
where you're like
god.
pointing at animals. So like half the videos were all just me pointing at animals and making up random facts about them in an Aussie accent, a really bad Aussie accent.
I need to see that. I need to see that.
I'd have to get back into my really old tablet and like 2012, 2013 tablet. Like that's how that's how I have to try and get into that.
Oh, my goodness, that is ancient history.
Very.
Oh. Speaking of like doing a character, like doing the Aussie accent, do you stay in character while streaming, or
Not well, my character is based around my actual personality. Like the personality is the same as my actual one.
okay?
So technically I'm in character, technically I'm not.
Hmm.
But it makes it easier than having to be in a character and watch what I'm saying, think about it, so on and so forth.
Okay. Do you do you stick to your lore? Because
I do stick to the lore, yes.
Because it can be like you showing your genuine personality. However, you can still be like, this is the genuine personality, but I'm still this character who has had this experience. So that's what's more like?
Yeah. It's just because I was a theater kid. Full on. Just
disgusting.
So I know like every song to the Hamilton musical. I had a problem. Okay, I still know almost every song now, but I used to know every song. Don't talk about Heathers though. I know every single song.
You see, I really appreciate musical theater, and I think it is wonderful when it's done well. I genuinely am friends with a lot of theater people. The only problem I have with theater is when theater people, specifically theater kids, just break into song, and then
I never did that.
And everyone
That's the one thing
in.
I'm proud of.
I hate that so much. That
it's so annoying.
It's
very annoying when they do it in fucking Denny's.
Yeah, wait, Denny's. That's a very specific example.
That's the theater kid place. Denny's.
Denny's is the theater. I thought that
after a show you go to Denny's. It's either Denny's or Applebee's.
I always heard it was Applebee's, but I know Denny's is where you get the syrupy foot job from the goth girl.
I haven't been at Denny's in so long. I love Denny's.
I have a Denny's right next door to my place, and I hate it. I hate Denny's.
My Denny's is like 2 hours away. So yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. Get as far away as possible.
I mean, their parking lot's always empty because they have an IHOP next door.
Ha! LOL.
So it's like two very competitive brands. But of course people are gonna pick IHOP.
This is a bit of a subject change, but I'm realizing you have so much mobility with your model. Because I just realized I'm sitting and you are currently standing. That just goes to show like how we're nearly the same height here. That goes to show how are you done? You done?
I got the zooms.
You got the zoomies. That goes to show how big this like height difference is, because I'm 6'3", and you're what?
Big size is like 4'9", I think.
Yeah, like I am big. I'm just so fucking big. Oh, that's a topic we could get into if you're. Oh, that's a bad way to transition. That's a bad way to transition, but like the fact that you have mentioned in the past that you would want to be a VTuber in the future.
Yes. That's currently what the other model is being also made specifically for.
Ah, well, that makes sense. So like, tell me about that. What are you trying to what are you trying to do with that? Are you trying to like make content with that?
Yes, make content, but also it's a way. I'm a very hypersexual person. It's a way to kind of excuse my behavior.
Jesus Christ. Oh my. So okay. Everyone that I've had on here on this podcast has mentioned the stereotype of VTubers being super fucking lewd. And here you are being like
Well, if you want to know, the first anime I ever watched was High School DxD.
Oh.
So, you know, I was in 5th grade.
Oh no! The poor baby getting corrupted.
No, the poor baby had her sexual awakening with Raspberry.
Oh my god.
Although that was the moment I realized my true sexual awakening was the black-haired chick from Hex Girls.
True. Me and Fred, that look. Because I'm a hex girl, and I'm gonna put a spell on you.
I have to find it. I have that on DVD somewhere.
Oh man, when there's that scene where she goes like, "Should we practice our rituals, sisters? Not tonight. I'm so tired. You can do it on your own." And I'm just like,
They knew what they were doing with the Hex Girls.
And I'm
they
just like,
to.
oh, sacrifice me. Do it.
They had to have known what they were doing.
Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. Oh man. But yeah, so that was a sexual awakening. I guess now that we're on the topic of sexual awakenings, this podcast is a fucking mess. All right.
Woo!
Sexual awakenings time for cartoon characters. Go. Top 5.
I mean, I don't remember most of them, but I know it was the Hex Girl. It was Riaz, like I said earlier. I didn't watch a lot of cartoons, like kids' cartoons.
How dare you?
Cause I grew up on Law and Order.
Oh my god. Never mind about innocence.
It was always on in the mornings while we were getting ready for school.
My goodness.
So, I mean, I grew up with awareness to my situations.
I guess. But like, what other sexual awakenings did you have?
It's mostly just anime characters, in all honesty.
But like who? I'm trying to get into like
Azia from Sword Art Online. I know that was one of them.
Azia?
Yeah, the female main character.
Asuna.
There you go. It's been so long since I've watched that anime. Then again, it's just mostly that the entire High School DxD cast.
Yeah.
Very specifically, it is Riaz, Akano, and Konako.
You know, I've never actually seen High School DxD.
Oh, I hate you. We can't be friends.
I'm sorry. Here's the thing. You want to know my sexual awakening? It's worse. Guess. It's one of the big ones. One of the big animes.
Oh, I thought you were about to say it's worse because it's an animal.
Oh no. Whoa, no. I'm not on that Zootopia shit.
I remember somebody saying their sexual awakening was the
Lion King. Was it
the female from the Lion King?
Yeah, I know some people that express
that. It's just like, all right, I don't care if you think you're gay, but the Lion King? I don't think you should be attracted to lions.
Is that where you draw the line?
I genuinely... My whole thing is, if it's a fictional character, do what you want, as long as it's not an actual creature or living being.
So, fictional animals?
Humanify them? Like, furries and shit I'm fine with?
So, alright. It's cool to know where your boundaries are. I don't even go into furry. I can kind of make it into scaly, but it's like I
Like,
don't
I'm
know.
not interested in any of that. It's just like,
Oh, okay.
you do you. You're not harming anybody, so you do you.
Okay. This conversation can get way darker, way
Oh,
faster.
it can.
So,
I have to,
we'll have to remember
I have
that this is going on YouTube. So like,
my whole thing also makes it so I have had to not tweet a lot of stuff or stay out of specific dramas because of my viewpoint on them.
oh my god. You gotta be careful where you share that.
Yep. That's why I always say I don't sum it up and I don't specify. I just say as long as it isn't harming anybody, like an actual human being, do you. You're not causing anyone actual harm.
Okay. Well, my sexual awakening was Rosario Vampire.
I loved that anime.
Specifically the manga.
Mm.
And that and Kiss X Sis.
Yes.
I really don't like incest. It makes me so uncomfortable, but I hadn't read anything like that before, so I'm just like, oh my god, I can't believe they're siblings, but at the same time, like, I've never seen some shit like this before.
Yeah.
So
I don't like that kind of shit either, but I also just, again, it's fictional.
mm-hmm.
Yes, it happens in real life, but, Alabama's a state.
Yeah. Well,
Alabama exists.
We're coming up on the end of our time here. What a wonderful way to end the podcast.
Home Alabama.
We can take a ride on my big green tractor. It can go fast, or it can go even faster. I am a cowboy, half cow, half boy. I'm an abomination. Life is a motherfucking nightmare.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Thank you all for. Is that how we're ending it? You know what we have to do? We need to do a sexual awakening tier lists of how cursed it is. So I'll have you on here at some other time to do a tier list where we go over the best and the worst sexual awakenings. I'm saying it right now. Shigo from Kim Possible, S tier. No question. You know what, Shigo? Kim Possible?
Yes.
Good. Would you agree with me?
Yes.
Good. We are on the same page. And with that, we conclude this episode of Vstories. A big thanks to Lainey for sharing their character and their world with us and their obsessive horniness with us. We would also like to thank our listeners for joining us for this part of our journey. Until next time, be safe, don't travel the multiverse without a peanut butter jelly sandwich, and most importantly, stay cursed, fam. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yippee!